Hello, my amazing artist. Let's learn how to create some polymer clay pins that you can write with. So to begin, you want a little bit of white polymer clay and then a color of your choice, not bigger than about the size of a quarter. Now to kind of warm up the clay and make it easier to work with, more malleable, you're going to pinch it in your fingers like I am, and then you can start to kind of push and pull the clay. This is going to actually heat it up, and that's going to cause it to move around better. Then start rolling the clay around in your hands like this to form spheres. After they're both in spheres, you're going to start rolling them out. So I'm just using my hand here to roll the clay, and it's starting to form a coil, or what looks like a cylinder or a little snake. And you want to roll this out until it is the thickness of the pin itself, or about the thickness. So you can lift up your pin, compare it. All right, those look about the same thickness. So set that one down and repeat for your other sphere of clay. Next step, you're going to lay them side by side like this, and we're going to start twisting them. So I like to put one over and then one under, one over, one under, or you can just take one and start wrapping it around the other coil, just like this. This is going to create a little twist. To help marble these colors together, cut it in half and then place them next to each other like that. Next is the fun part. You're going to take your hand, it's going to be flat, and you're going to start rolling it, just like we rolled those coils at the beginning. Keep rolling, you're going to roll it out, and that's about good. Once you can see that it's the thickness of the pen, I would stop. Then with any sort of tool, like this clay tool that can cut the clay, or you can even use a ruler, you can use a toothpick, a paper clip, so many things help us. You're going to cut little slices of the clay and set them to the side because we will use them in this next step. Now you want to do this for the entire coil, and then take your pen, you're going to place the little slices around the pen barrel. Now notice I'm leaving some spaces between the clay pieces. That's on purpose. Please place them so that you see part of the pen barrel showing through. If you put them too close to each other, you will have too much clay on the pen and it won't bake properly. So just continue, and as a reminder, we have already removed the ink from the pen. So all we have is an empty pen barrel. This is going to allow us to bake this, which will have the clay heat up, and then when it cools, it will firm and we can use it. All right, so just continue doing that. And again, make sure you are keeping spaces between your clay pieces. And then the final step is you're going to roll this out just like you're rolling a coil, and you're going to notice the clay is flattening, it's smushing together, and it creates this really cool marble effect. Want to see a different way to do this? Well, using two colors, you're going to flatten one of these. I would do the colored one, and you're going to use anything that's cylindrical. So maybe a marker, you could use a pencil, a rolling pin. You're going to flatten it out, and this is going to create what's called a slab. If it ever gets too stuck to your work mat, just pick it up like I did. All right, next, with your other pile of clay, I'm using the white one, make it into a little cylinder. Then you're gonna put it on top of that slab, and you're gonna start rolling it. So roll it in, you're wrapping it. It's kind of like pigs in the blanket, if you've ever had one of those. After, use a flat hand and start rolling that out like you're creating a coil. Once the coil is about as thick as your pen, you can stop. And you're going to take your tool, cut it in half, set them next to each other, cut it in half again, set those next to each other. Then take your flat hand, roll that out. just forming a coil, and you're gonna notice the colors are starting to twist and mix together in a cool marbled style. Again, you want this to be about the thickness of your pen, and then that's when you can stop rolling it out. Alrighty, repeat. You're going to cut those little slices, and these are gonna be the slices that we'll use to put on our pen barrel. All right, you know what to do. Just place them on your pen barrel, keeping some space between each slice, and then with a flat hand, start rolling it out and check it out. It creates this really unique marbled effect. Just a little different than the first one. So either strategy is a great one to use, and I hope you have fun creating your very own polymer clay pens.